They used to call me Ghost Girl in high school. You know, the type quiet, plain, always in the background. I wasn't invisible, but they sure treated me like I was. 10 years ago, I ate lunch alone in the back of the library while the popular kids ruled the cafeteria like royalty. And tonight is our 10-year reunion. I'm wearing a silver gown that costs more than my mom's old Honda, standing in front of the same mirror I used to cry in front of before school. Back then, my name was Ellie Matthews, the girl with the hand-me-down sweaters, the thrift store shoes, and a backpack full of books nobody cared about. I lived with my single mom in a cramped apartment above a pawn shop in Rosedale, a town where image meant everything and money spoke loudest. The queen of Lincoln High, Madison Clark, cheer captain, rich, ruthless, and always ready with a sugar-coated insult. Her boyfriend, Chase Reynolds, was the star quarterback, the town's golden boy. And me, I was the charity case with potential. One afternoon sophomore year, I was reading in the hallway when Madison walked by, accidentally kicked my book across the floor and said, "Oops, didn't see you there, Ellie. You should wear neon or something, ghosts are hard to spot." Her friends laughed. Chase smirked. It wasn't the cruelty that stung, it was how casual it was. Like I didn't even matter enough to hate properly. But the moment that truly broke me, senior prom. Madison came up to me in the art room and said, "Ellie, we could really use your help decorating. You're like creative and stuff." I was floored. I thought, wow, maybe I'm finally part of something. I spent 2 weeks planning, made decorations by hand, bought a lavender dress from a clearance rack. It wasn't fancy, but it made me feel beautiful. Prom night came. I set up the lights, the centerpieces, everything. Then Madison showed up in a designer gown, looked around and said, "Wow, this is actually good. You should totally do events for a living." And then she walked away. No invite, no thanks. Just used me like I was the janitor. I went home that night and tore the dress in half. Sat in the shower with the water running, wishing I could disappear for real this time. But somewhere in that heartbreak, something shifted. I made a promise. One day, I'll walk into a room, and no one will see me as less again. I threw myself into tech. Learned coding from YouTube, took online business classes, saved every penny. Went to state college not because it was trendy, but because it was cheap. Worked nights as a waitress, days building websites for local stores. By the time I graduated, I had 6 clients and a prototype for a digital storefront system. Nothing flashy, but it worked. 5 years later, I had a company, Elify Solutions. Today, we manage digital infrastructure for over 2,000 small businesses. My team's 180 people strong, and the man who'll be joining me at the reunion tonight. His name's Carter Jameson, founder of a global software firm, net worth north of $2 billion. We met at a conference in Austin. I was giving a talk, nervous as hell, palms sweating, and halfway through I spotted Carter in the audience. Thought it was a hallucination. But after the talk, he came up to me and said, "You see systems the way artists see light." That night, we talked until the staff kicked us out. He wasn't just brilliant. He listened. Not to the pitch, not to the resume, to me. And now, 6 months later, he's flying in just to hold my hand when I walk into that ballroom. But first, I'm going alone. Not for drama, just for closure. The reunion's at the old River Hill Country Club. I step inside and instantly hear laughter, clinking glasses. Old stories recycled like worn-out jokes. Photos from high school line the walls. There's one of the cheer squad, all smiles. And in the back corner, me. Barely visible. Classic. Ellie Matthews. It's Claire Brooks Debate Club, always kind. Wow, you look amazing. What are you up to these days? I work in tech, I say casually. Before I can say more, I hear it. That laugh. Madison. She walks over in a red gown that probably costs what I used to make in a year. Chase is beside her, hair thinning, smile, still smug. "Well, look, who finally decided to leave her cave," Madison says with that same venom-sweet tone. Ellie Matthews. Or should I say, Dr. Data laughter. Madison. I nod, cool as ice. Still running the world one country club at a time. "Oh, you know me," she chirps. "Chase and I are flipping luxury homes now. 3 properties this year. It's exhausting. Chase jumps in. So Ellie, what is it you really do like? It help desk or something? I smile. Something like that. Claire tries to change the subject, but Madison leans in. You know, we always wondered what happened to you. No social media, no updates. We figured you became a librarian or something. My phone buzzes. One word from Carter. Lobby. Perfect. I excuse myself, pretending to take a business call. Yes, I reviewed the Tokyo contract, just loop legal in by Monday. Loud enough for Madison to hear. I walk back in just as the doors open, and there he is. Carter walks in wearing a midnight blue suit like he owns the air in the room. Heads turn. Whispers ripple like wind in tall grass. He sees me and smiles like I'm the only person here. Sorry I'm late, babe, he says, kissing my cheek. Flight was a nightmare. Gasps. Someone drops a glass. I turn to the stunned group. Madison, Chase. This is Carter, my partner. Carter offers his hand. So nice to meet Ellie's old friends. She's told me so much. Madison's jaw moves, but no words come out. Chase looks like he's trying to do calculus. Carter runs a tech company too, I add. We met at a conference. He liked my software platform. Liked it. Carter grins. We just signed a $50 million joint venture. You could hear a pin drop. Madison finally finds her voice. That's incredible. Carter smiles politely. It is. But honestly, what impresses me most is Ellie's mind. She sees what others miss. She always has. Later that night, after small talk photos and more shocked stares than I can count, Madison pulls me aside. I owe you, she says, voice softer than I've ever heard. I was horrible to you. Back then, even tonight. I assumed you'd always be that girl in the library. And now I ask. She hesitates. Now I see I was wrong. You didn't change. You grew. And I peaked too soon. I look at her for a long moment, not with hatred, not even pity, just clarity. It's never too late to grow, Madison. As Carter and I head toward the exit, I take the mic one last time. I just want to say thank you. This room, this school, these people, they shaped me. For better or worse, they made me who I am, and I'm proud of that. I'm also proud to announce a scholarship, the Ellie Matthews Fund, for students who sit alone, who get picked last, who no one thinks will go far, until they do. The room bursts into applause. Even Madison claps. Later in the car, Carter asks, So, how do you feel? I smile, like I can finally stop proving myself to people who never saw me. He squeezes my hand. They see you now. But that's the thing. I see me now. And maybe that's all that ever really mattered. If you've ever been underestimated, overlooked, told you weren't enough, drop a comment below. Tell me your story. Let's remind the world that quiet doesn't mean weak, and different doesn't mean less. Sometimes it just means you're the one they'll never see coming.